Yeah, the Mizuno Pro 245, this is a model where we're trying to infuse as much technology as we can, but have it look like this. When you look down at this, or you look at it in the bag, this is very much a muscle back look. Larger than a muscle back, obviously, but there's been care taken in terms of the size and shape of the head, the top line, the width of the sole. This is not an oversized golf club. It is larger than a muscle back, but it's still a player's iron. It's a player's iron that has an awful lot of ball speed and an awful lot of forgiveness, but it's all hidden. Actually, with the Mizuno Pro 245, there's one thing that we did cosmetically different than the 241 and the 243. On those models, the model number is actually on the hosel, whereas because this looked so much like the muscleback 241, we actually laser engraved the 245 on the back of the head so that it's easily identified as the 245. On the outside, visually, this is looking a lot like a muscleback, but when you look at how it's actually constructed, we start off with a 4135 chromoly, grain flow forged face and neck. You can see the multi-thickness design here. You can really feel how thin the face is. The 4135 material being the strongest in our toolkit of materials for our grain flow forging process, we're able to go very thin. And this is the thinnest face that we have within the family here. Also, we have a 47-gram tungsten weight that is welded within this back piece here. And the welding is interesting because we figured out a way where we can weld this into place kind of suspended above the sole. So you can see that there's an air gap there between the tungsten weight and the sole surface there. And what that does is actually allows this sole to flex just a little bit at impact and give a little bit of a contribution in terms of COR. So then this back portion with the tungsten suspended there is then laser welded to that face neck portion to complete the construction of the head. With this construction, this full hollow body construction with the tungsten weighting and the grain flow forged face and neck, that we can achieve all of our design goals, right? We're looking for ball speed. We're getting that from the thinner face on the face neck portion. We're looking for launch, particularly in the long irons. You're getting that from that increased weighting of the 47 grams of tungsten. And the hollow body construction is naturally going to have a kind of a deeper center of gravity. When you're looking at the entire set, the construction that I just described is the 2-iron through 7-iron. The 8-iron is a very similar construction, but because now we're getting a little bit more loft on it, and now we want to do something a little bit different with the center of gravity, the tungsten goes away. And on the 9 pitch and gap wedge, those are actually 1025 mile carbon steel with partial hollow. And that partial hollow is there to, again, affect the mass properties of the head, because once you get to those higher loft club heads, we actually want a higher center of gravity to flight the ball down. So this set has very unique mass properties, going from 4, like in a normal set, going from 4 to gap wedge. We've got very low and deep in the 4 through 7 iron, an 8 iron that's a transition club without the tungsten, and a 9 pitch gap wedge, which are partial hollow to get the center of gravity where we need it for the performance we're looking for. The forging of this head is slightly different than the full head forgings like the 241 and the 243. It doesn't use the air hammer press. The primary forging for this guy is a 1,600-ton hydraulic press. But similar to the other models, the precision forging is the same 630-ton hydraulic press. But still, grain flow forged, the factory Chiyokoyo in Hiroshima, the same grain flow, the same incredibly solid feel. The set is designed as a whole to be like a perfectly ordered set with some very unique mass properties flow from long iron to scoring iron. And it's designed to work really well as a set.